if we listen to this. Of course, we can't play U2 the Where the Streets Have No Name, but it's gonna be, it's really similar.
Hey there. So, you're one of us, aren't you? Mind if I ask you a few questions? Question 1. When you travel, you usually... Oh man, that's really sad. Kidding. So, next question. When you're traveling, do you follow the itinerary or are you more spontaneous? Good to know. And what about politics? What would you do if you disagreed with our country's government?
I do.
Right on. Oh, one last question. When you watch a movie, you do so to...
There's a smart way of doing procedural gaming if you just have a game that automatically asks you what you want to do. But let's... Hey, Chili.
I'm here at our nation's border
See how
at
it goes.
National Mountain, the site of the Black Brigade terrorist attack in '86. If you don't remember, hundreds died that day when a brigade truck carrying explosive devices crashed into the mountain, triggering its peak to collapse. In 2 months, on the same day as the nation's election, in the same spot where I'm standing, the 10-year commemoration honoring the victims will take place.
Give us all your darn money, bitch!
Yeah, all your darn money.
Robbery in progress. All cars in the area respond immediately.
Unit 2 here, on my way.
1,339 miles to the border. I mean, okay, so this is a pretty nice start. I mean, the music's kind of nice and it seems pretty chill. I don't know why it sounded like U2 in the beginning, but it did. But the voice acting so far and the processing of the voices, that's pretty cool, actually. Also funny that it says press any key, but doesn't respond until I hit the mouse button.
I know your secret. That you're my biggest fan. I don't deny it, honey buns.
Notice the slow attack on the compressor, but the super fast decay release of it. Yeah, totally 80s vibe of the music. But notice when she starts talking, the music fades out way slower, but if there's a tiny gap in between her words, the music actually peaks and then fades out again. So I would say the decay is a little too short.
That's what rich people call a sunroof.
A sunroof.
I'm up there.
This is like Affix Twin window licker style. Let's go out the window. I'm wondering if we become a blonde bombshell or something today or not. It's pretty nice distortion, by the way. That's a nice way of showing that the wind is. Quite often notice that when you're making a game for noises and wind blowing and so on, it's often just an increase in wind volume, but I think it's a nice job when you literally have distortion that just sounds like noise, white noise in here, or darker noise.
That happens. I wear mouth guard for that very reason.
A
Do me
mouth
a
guard.
favor and grab one of those fan lighters
Okay, as
beside
much as
you.
I think the compressor on the music inside the car and the dialogue is a little too fast, I do really think the dialogue comes through.
You're starting to sound like a Black Brigade, sweetie. Uh-oh, they have rocks again. That's what I say on my show all the time. Uh-oh!
Now you're really starting to annoy me.
Funny about the music had a compressor on it. The sidechain with the dialogue, but background noise doesn't.
Finally. So long, losers.
Like, I feel this is quite a noisy moment. And the dialogue's on top, which makes it a little
Well, we made it.
little annoying to
Not
listen
that there was ever any
loud.
doubt. Exciting, no?
Yeah, really exciting.
I'm joking, sweetie. But I'm not when I say I want you out of my limo.
But I like the art style. We're not here to talk about art style, of course. Nice. Regular, nice, sweet footsteps. Can we run? Breathing. Can we crouch? No.
Take this computer. I put a metal detector on it. Check the ground near the pole over there.
Okay. Can do everything, yo.
Should be some hidden keys to open the box and reboot the line. Bet your comm hides their keys like a dog hides a bone.
Oh, that's just a nice little audio feature. Not that the sound is good. But why have an audio
Talk to me,
feature? An audio game mechanic like this while you're also cranking up the music?
I still can't hear you.
I'm still wondering why we have a game mechanic, a feature that requires audio.
Find it yet?
Requires audio like this, and then crank up the music.
Let the beeping guide you.
Chemical Brothers, push the put.
What you wait? Thanks, dog. You hear me now?
I do, yeah.
So, as I was gonna say, the fake emitters are all in place. Should keep those pigs busy for a while.
Thanks, Alex.
But Nando, sometimes you can get, especially in first-person games, especially for all sounds related to character, or actually lots of things, there's quite often no point in relying on 3D placed sounds if that sound object is not necessarily supposed to move, or if you're supposed to experience it. So quite often, I have been designing sounds for, say, environments and worlds and players and so on. Like this rain here doesn't have to be positional. Like you don't necessarily need the detail of this water right here. But see, this is a nice. You have this overall rain sound, and then clearly you have this detail of rain hitting this roof. So this is like the overall ambience combined with the 3D emitter that emits that detail. Still can't walk on the tarmac. I want to hear the tarmac. Oh, notice the more wet footsteps now as we are walking on the more wet ground. This is excellent. Okay, so no difference on actual material that we're stepping on, but I really, yeah, I would be actually, wait. Here. It's like we're walking on grass and plants. Here it's more muddy and ground. So it does take material into account. It's just that there's none for stone. I'm a huge sucker for footsteps that does this. And I'm doing it in a game that I'm working on. I've mentioned that before in some videos, or the stone, or the tarmac or something.
Yeah, I'm getting enough to eat. Thanks.
I hope you find what you're looking for. I miss you, Alex.
Yeah, that's pretty high quality for a payphone. I mean, you mean the mom's voice, right? Or the stepmom's voice, I guess. But that could have been emphasized a lot, I think. But you're right. That could have been emphasized. I mean, they have so many other details. But okay, it's nitpicky. I actually kind of like this game. So definitely when I'm done with this one, I actually got a hold of this game because it was on sale on Steam, by the way, if you want to grab it. But there was this guy who mentioned that it was very nice, very procedural, very nice story, and apparently there's a lot of political stuff in it. I mean, as we saw, and that kind of like got me intrigued. Like okay, so what kind of political stuff? Not that I wanted to know as a spoiler, but the guy who wrote about it, did he agree with the political choices that he had to make? And he wouldn't answer, and I was like, oh, come on. Always dreamt about being an RPG where I get to be a Trump supporter or something. Just to have a whole new definition of chaotic evil or messy something. 16th birthday. Yeah. It's the year I started high school. Oh, look. The music does pan. Slightly to the right. I don't know if this gets monoed down or summed down, but the music does pan. So the music is actually coming from here somewhere, but never fully pans. A little bit to the left, a little bit to the right. Yeah, it is. Quiet, please. Knocking sounds work.
Sorry, forgot you were back there.
Right.
So where are we headed today with Happy Taxi?
Happy Taxi. So I gotta admit that regardless of all the nitpicky stuff that we find about this, I do get the impression that whoever did the sound for this really know what they're doing.
Then just north it is. Now sit
just
back and
north.
enjoy your ride with Happy Taxi.
What about, like, the car itself is not replaced? That would have been so awesome if there had been ambisonics, or if they had like 4 emitters around the car so that you could just look around, like just hear more rumble here or something like that. That would be a funny detail, but it would take quite a lot of work. Ooh, healing up. I like this game. This is awesome. Okay, so Nando, let's try this out. Now he has two smells like Teen Spirit. Okay, Nirvana. That came out in 91, 92, 92. The year Denmark won the Euros in soccer. I remember it pretty clearly because I bought the record. You still can't walk on the tarmac. Now listen to this. Here we have a very tight type of gravel sound. Over here, it's much more loose gravel. This is great. Yeah, this is like the tarmac sound I'd probably be asking for. Vandalize. Can we, like... Missing teens. Yeah, so there's clearly a difference between the materials, even if they're not wet. It's pretty good job. I like that It does sound like he's wearing high heels, though. Wait. Softer shoes, but here on the, let's say, harder ground, it is like he's wearing heels. There. Well, let's try and run. And maybe if the cars would stop driving so we could hear ourselves. What if we start running? How fast will the breathing come in? Okay, so breathing is unrelated to the health stamina.
So I took off with no plan.
Cat person, okay.
Thinking I could find a friend.
Oh, nice. Wood footsteps. It's definitely some sort of automated system. That's purring. So we're clearly in some area where people vote for floors. I dislike a little the soundtrack so overly taking over the soundscape and on top of everything. No.
You're one of them, huh? Sorry, kid. I got nothing.
Interesting, actually. We did find out that the guy in the taxi sounded a little like he was spatulized. But that was also because we were in a very specific situation, so it's quite curious if the VO is spatulized. In the beginning of the game, it didn't seem like it when we were in the first limo. Quite interesting. Anyway, what I was saying about the music, I feel the soundtrack is quite loud. We haven't changed the settings, and I don't believe that we I mean, the music, I like. Right now, it feels like there's a 3D sound of music coming from over here. Like I'm supposed to hear that trumpet in the background, and then there's the soundtrack on top.
Look, just give me the money and I won't call the cops.
A guy got stabbed here 2 days ago, and they never came. The cops aren't gonna show for this.
I don't have time for this. Just admit you stole from me and...
The mix of this is a little messy.
Do it.
Road paths. Okay. And by the way, that's not a trumpet. That's a trombone.
Everything's fine.
It's not fine. She broke into my office and stole from me. Who are you? Her attorney? No, I don't have proof. She turned off my security camera. She's a criminal mastermind.
So, if we run away, yeah, I agree. Like it was diegetic and filtered, more like it was distant. You know, I agree. It seems quite loud, overpowered. Let's try now that criminal mastermind. Let's see what he says. What if we turn to our left, to our right? Will he then come from our left?
You teens! I don't need the hassle.
Yes, he
I'm
does.
outta here.
But I don't think he is for distance. I only think that he is for direction.
You look lost.
See, what if... Okay, so there is a trigger. And if we get too far away, it stops the dialogue. But it's spatulized in...
You don't know where you're going,
Oh.
do you? If you want to rent a trailer, go up the stairs to my right and talk to the owner. Otherwise, find the dancing guy. There's cardboard near him.
Okay, so we have spatulized audio, but not on distance. And at some point it cuts off and restarts the dialogue. Find that a little bit of a weird solution. They probably have their reasons, though. See? Oh.
You look lost. If you want to rent a trailer, go up the stairs to my right and talk to the owner.
Notice when she
Otherwise,
starts humming,
find
if
the
we walk
dancing
away,
guy.
it stops
There's cardboard
at the
near him.
distance. Let's see. And the humming goes away at a very specific distance. I'm wondering if this is an Easter egg. If we score a goal. Oh, come on. Yeah, score.
This is 191.9, the voice of the brigades. This is your Papa baby.
Yeah, but this should be something like where the music should be coming from, you know?
With the upcoming fraud of an election, more and more countries
Yeah,
are
so this
calling
is
for the
scratch the
resignation
license.
of
What if we
Tyrant.
walk away?
I mean, Tyrak. But will he step down? Of course not.
You don't know
Which
where you're
is
going,
why,
do
dear
you?
listeners, we must resist this man and his government as
Okay,
much
so
as...
now we're like
And now,
pretty
here's
far
a
away
taste
from
from
that
a brand
radio.
new band.
Tapes and
Remember,
snacks.
Papa Baby loves you.
You left the radio outside, Denny. Turn it off before you get us arrested.
So cute.
I've been kept
I'm
inside.
still a fan of the details that they have in a lot of the sounds.
I've lost sight of right and
But
wrong.
maybe if this is done in Unity straight up, Unity native audio, which we don't know for sure, but I assume it is, then this is probably the result of a lot of
Hey, wake up.
So I
difficulties you would be having with the Unity mixer, straight up. Actually, I don't know if this is made in Unity, but I would assume that.
Up here.
saying hi and shaking hands. I hope
Instantly invited over to
Hurry up.
it's better. Why are people so
Come here.
friendly?
Sit with me.
Again, the compressor's really hard on the soundtrack, which leads me to believe that the soundtrack was playing. Yeah, that's alright, man. Enjoy it. I also need to bail in about 5 minutes, but this game is way cooler than I thought it would be. I'm definitely playing this even more. And thanks for showing up, man.
that's what it feels like to be free.
Talks will be fun.
Chasing butterflies and floating.
You don't have any marshmallows, do you? Sorry, I ask everyone that. Anyway, it's nice to have someone normal around here. I left home at the start of the summer. I wanted to get out of Petria. Like you, I think. My dad thinks I'm on a big road trip. Truth is, I'm never going back home again. A lot of times, actually. It's scary there, with all the security. I traveled there with my father
All right, let's. Oh,
for his work.
going to the menu pauses the music and the dialogue, but not the ambience. Interesting. I am sure that they have their reasons to do whatever they're doing and why they're doing it. I think this game has potential to become really, really awesome, and I'm really happy that I actually got it because I'm kind of continuing to play this. And interesting to see if the story will progress. I guess we won't have time to do that because the stream has now been on for about an hour, and I'm going to call it quits. But thank you all for showing up. This was actually quite interesting. Really enjoyed the details of the footsteps and other things in this game. If I bump into more interesting stuff about it, of course, I'm just going to make a future video about it. But the stream will also go up on video on demand, of course. Well, I'll just make an edited version of it once I'm done with this. Really hope you enjoyed it. And if there's anything you need, you can always just ping me. I don't know, Patreon, Twitter, here. This was great. And it's good to be back. I haven't streamed in a long time. I forgot how much fun this is. And hopefully I'll see you all in the next video or something like that. See you all. And cheers, Nando. That was really good questions and stuff you were asking about. So I really appreciate that. Thanks all for coming. Actually, I have this professional streamer tool, so maybe we should just go outro with Cam. Here we go. Ooh la la. And now we can actually still hear the crickets, that's going to be the way that we're going to end this, I guess. Yeah. Thank you all for watching. Bye.